Didn't we have a lovely time the day we went to Bangor? Da, 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 da. Hello, boys and girls. Have you missed me? Yes, I've been away and I've literally just walked through the door and put the camera on. And why? Because I'm going to have a quick look at the chart.
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. If it's your first time here, I am the big fella, Scruffy Trader. And what I'm trying to do is put trading in the real world. Maybe show you a trick or two along the way. So if that sounds good, do take a second to hit that little subscribe button. Genuinely helps. Find value in what I do, smash the like and share to your friends. I genuinely want to see the channel grow. So what are we doing today and where have I been? Well, it's been a funny month this month actually. I decided to bugger off on holiday. Went to Jamaica at the beginning of the month. Came back, wasn't very well. So I had a few days off with illness. Tried to do the charts best I could to keep up with the guys. And then I thought, I'll go see the boy Wonder. Because he's going off on his own adventure. So that's what we did. So here we are. I hate him. I genuinely do. I mean, look at the state of him. Yanis. Jesus Christ. Did your mother grow you in a greenhouse? Look how tall he is. I'm a big guy. You know, Winky at the end of the night turned around and said, do you think you could be an extra in Willy Wonka because you look like an Oompa Loompa standing next to him? Oompa Loompa Loompa Dee Dee. And I'm sitting there thinking, I thought you loved me. I genuinely thought you loved me. And then you look at his little family. And Jen, what are you doing? Jen, what do you see in him? What do you actually see in him? I can't see it at all. Say, private joke. Check him out, boys and girls. Go onto Google, find the Conscious Day Trader and give him some support. He's smashing the charts like there's no tomorrow. And I'm really proud of what he's achieved. And to see him grow over this last year from when I first met him to where he is today is night and day. Outstanding. So do check him out. So, what am I doing? What am I checking out? Well, at the minute, I haven't got my eye on anything. Because I have literally just fired the screens up. I've literally just walked through the door. But I love my job. And why do I love my job? Well, it pays for the jaunt that you've just seen. So, how can it help you? Well, let's find out, shall we? All right. I have not worked out any strengths or anything because obviously I haven't been on the charts. Normally I would do it myself and you'll see it on my crazy spreadsheet, etc. But if I'm just coming to market and I kind of want to see what's going on, what I would do is this. My first port of call would be FinViz. Why FinViz more than anything else? Because it gives you an immediate snapshot of what's going on. You have a wonderful heat map here, which is kind of telling you the market is predominantly up. And why would it say that? It's green. It's that simple. But there's other things you can start picking out of it. Now, the thing that I look at is this. Now, this is a daily strength barometer, and it's telling me the euro is really strong. And it's telling me the Aussie is really weak. Right, so you could theoretically go, well, that's my pair. I'm going to go Euro-Aussie. But what I can also tell you is correlations against indices. Well, if that's really strong, that could be some good movements on the DAX. So that's probably where we're going to start. And I like the DAX because the DAX can rip through things like there's no tomorrow. So let's get rid of that for a second. And let's have a look at the window of the world. Now, what does this window of the world tell me? Well, as I've just said, if I can see the euro is surging, that's going to be a massive effect in the indices. I think that's quite a good surge. Now, a surge like that can't go forever. So there could be a good retracement in that, or a retracement back to a continuation. Very good. Again, here, well, this is already surged up. It's found its level and it's rejected and pulled away. Now, why would it be surging up in the first place? Well, it's surging up because gold was going down. Okay. Oil was going down. Safe haven products that we could be looking at. Okay. Now, this here is relatively range bound, but there's more red than green, which will kind of show this. But there is a retracement. You can see that coming in right now. So what we'll do is we'll look at, get rid of these. And we'll start this from scratch. And we'll look at this bad boy. Right. Let's get rid of all these levels. Tidy it up a touch so we can see it. Whopper of a move. Kaboom. Can't miss it. What's been happening the last couple of days? Well, it has screamed up, come into a range. Okay. So we have clear points here that we can look at. There's roughly the base of the range. Well, look where the price has bounced off. Straight on the lower point of that range. It's now come screaming to the top. So let's just sandwich this in as well. So it's gone up. So that is our parameter. That's our trading arena, shall we call it. What's its ATR? Its current ATR is approximately 150. Okay. So I'm going to drop this into an hourly. I'm going to find midnight, because this broker flicks the day over at midnight. That candle there. So it opened here. This was the opening point. There. Right. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to see what the arena was for the day for it working. Well, I know it's 150 because the ATRs just told me that. Close enough. So that gives me its outer range, which is there. Just put that in purple just so that I can see a difference. So if it's going to a continuation, it can get as high as here. Okay. Now what I'm doing at this point is I'm trying to find out the maximum points this market would move to. Oh, excuse me, boys and girls. My mouse battery has run out. I'll quickly nick Winkies. Right, we're back. As I was saying, I'm looking for the maximum points the market can move to. So that's from there to there. Draw a couple of grey boxes in because I want to see what it would have gone to. Duplicate that. Okay. So what's happened here? Well, as we can see, it's gone down the maximum ATR, stretched and screamed back up. So it's actually playing in this bottom section rather than the top section. So I can go with that. Is there anything here that is sticking out? Well, there is. There's that drive. It's come through this, but let's just go back to the daily a second and see what's happening. Get a retracement. because it hasn't broke the tops of this yet. So it's holding above this 23. Now, if it's coming down, it's coming to here, this 50, which coincides with this. Okay. And as we come down, we can see this steady move. All right. So that's maybe to the downside. Come to here. It definitely looks like it's coming to the downside. So if we have a surge from there to there, first green candle, it's coming close to the 23, which is going to give me a target point of roughly here. This bit. Just turn that blue. And then as we come down, we go into the 61, which is here, and then the 76. So we got that. And then I want some staging points, which can be the 23 onto 38. So that's mapped that out quite nicely. Okay. So that's the retracement level. What if it's going the other way? What if it's deciding that it doesn't like this? So let's have a look to see what that was. Let's have a look at the retracement. See what it's done. Well, it got down to here. So you can see. It's holding above the 50, but it's collapsing on the 76. So the question is it coming down or is it going up? Now, if it's going up, it can push to the 127, which is there and still inside the arena. Okay. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Now, looking at it though, it could well have run out of puff. And the chances are it has. Let's have a look. So, right, okay. So I'd have a tendency to be looking probably to the upper side slightly. Certainly catching this area, the tops of this. Why? Because when we started analyzing and looking at this chart, we defined it in a range. Now, if it's in a range, it's going to try and bounce from the floor to the ceiling, from the floor to the ceiling to the floor, etc. So if that's what it's done, and you can see it up and down, up and down. It's been aggressively down. Very long tail showing colossal buyers coming in, screaming that back up. Okay. So let's have a look. Let's drill this in a little bit. 15. So I could be a bit cheeky here. I could trade down into this with an idea that it's going to bounce off that to move higher. And I've got a funny feeling it's looking at the volume level that's in it. This is probably the potential target for the next hour or so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a buy order in this. And I'm going to stage it backwards. All right. So instead of trying to be pretty clever and trade both ways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter here, 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 here. In other words, I'm going to go backwards to go forwards to get to roughly about this area. Anything further than that, happy days. So let me play it out and then I'll come back to you when I've finished. Okay, guys, it's coming on 4:15. The London session is going to close in about 15 minutes. And this has done pretty much what I thought it would do. It's come back down. I decided to use these as entry points, and that's worked quite well. Now, what I'm going to do is just close all of this off because it is starting to reverse slightly. You can see this in this sort of strange hammer formation. Now, it could easily slam up. Easily. But there is a very good reason why I'm going to close it. It's the end of the day. This is a job. When you get to the end of your day, you clear your desk and you get ready. Now, yes, it is moving up slightly. So you can start arguing and saying, well, you're missing out on profit. Well, I'm afraid, guys, profit is just the byproduct following your rules and working out what's going on. That's it. You know, never worry about missed profit. That's when you start to gamble and you start worrying about what could have been. Doesn't matter what could have been. What matters is what you see, what you take. I have a daily target of around £200 a day, 200 English pounds. Okay. Why 200? Well, work that out. You know, if I do it 5 days a week, which you pretty much see me do that, you know, that's a big salary. Certainly where I live. Okay. Now, I work to 3 days a week. Now, that gives me another good salary. Anything above that, result. Happy days. Why? Because this is my job. I don't live in La La Land, and I don't live in pie in the sky, where I think a few £1,000s in an account is going to make me a millionaire. It doesn't work like that. It takes money to make money. So you've got to be conservative and work out what you're doing and take what the market gives you. So let's have a look. What's it give me? There you are. 230 quid. Now I didn't get back till late afternoon. You saw me come in, sat at my desk, switched it on, had a quick analysis of the market, never came off the camera. One shot, straight through, the analysis, what I was looking for, zoomed in on a market that I know quite well, and then there's the result. So I can live with that for a couple of hours. Genuinely can. So what lesson, if there is a lesson you can take away from this? Well, the first lesson is trading ain't as hard as you think. It genuinely isn't. And the boy wonders kind of proves that. You know, the hard part of trading is you. And it always will be. Because you're constantly trying to overstress your account, I guess is what I'm looking at. Position size is quite important. Now, I work on roughly £1 for every 1,000 or 50p for every 500, whichever you work it out. Soon as you hit 25,000k account, that's roughly what you need to start pulling in a really good wage. You can do it with less, but you stress the account. Now, once you hit your 25k, that doesn't mean to say that you keep increasing your bid sizes. What it means now is, if you have 50k, it just means that the bid size that you've worked up to, in this case about 25 quid, is as much as I want to go, becomes less stressful. Then you get 100k, and it's even less stressful again, because I've kept the position size capped. So what I'm driving at with that is I build up a position size to a level where I think is good. Now, my level is about 30 quid. Any more than £30, I'm pushing it. I really am. And if you want to equate that into lots, that's 3 lots. But I'm normally working on less than 2, right? Even though I've got a good size account. This keeps me calm, because even if I drastically go wrong, it doesn't kill my workhorse that I'll be using tomorrow, because that's what your account is. Your account is a tool of the job. It's your workhorse. You lose the account, you lose your ability to earn. I hope that kind of makes sense in a strange way. We can explore it in Ask with Scruff, because the next one will be this Sunday. If you don't know what Ask Scruff is, it's, well, come on the screen live, and I'll literally answer your questions there and then. Ask me anything you like. If you can't make the live stream, do drop me an email. Very easy found. Go on the website, thescruffytrader.com, find the contact details, just drop me a message and I'll read it out, give you a little shout out, that sort of thing, and we'll see if we can explore. The idea of Ask Scruff is not just show me a strategy, because trust me, I'm quite brutal with the way I speak with people. If I just hear, just show me a strategy, I already know you've lost, so there's no point. Trading is so much more than strategy, guys. I can give you a strategy now. One of the oldest, most effective strategies going. It's an end of day trading strategy. It's the 50 moving average, simple moving average, crossing the 200 moving average. And you place your pending order above the closed candle. You have your stop loss below the 200, and you hold that thing till it comes back to become the 50 under the 200. It's called the golden cross and the death cross. Golden cross is the price moving up. Death cross is the price moving down. Now, the way you make money out of that situation is look at the levels. And as it moves to said level, you take so much off, 10%. Then moves to the next level, take 10% off. And it moves up and up and up till you're left with 10%. And then you trail that 10% behind the moving average. It's an investment strategy that has been around forever. It's been around so long, in fact, the banks still use it. It is a staple of investment. There's a strategy. The problem is, how do you manage it? That's how you make money. And when you're day trading, it's the management of a trade that makes money, not the entry, not the strategy. That is just tip of the iceberg. You know, control your position size. Understand how to get out when it's wrong. Understand how to take profits out and re-enter. A little bit like today. Today I was ladder trading. Ladder trading is entering at a point, let it move so far up, take the money off, let it come down and pick the next rung of the ladder up underneath and repeat the process, and it keeps going up and down the ladder till you get paid what you need. It's a way of being able to be paid very well in a tight range, rather than trying to swing for the fences and aim for the moon. Those trades don't come around very often. So you've got to learn to manage the trades. So I hope that helps. I'm very easy found. All my contact details are down in the description below. You'll find details of a free Telegram. My WhatsApp's there if you want to message me. There's details of the Scruffy Squad where I show the guys exactly how I trade and why I trade it. And if you do come in the squad, we have a face-to-face Zoom call every weekday morning where we look at the charts, talk mindset, well, whatever the subject of the day is. It's a good, great community. Well worth coming along and sort of having a chat with us. And you probably learn more in a week there than you will anywhere else. So, happy days. Now, there'll be a new video coming up around here somewhere. YouTube will present it. So if you want to see some more and dig into it, enjoy. What I will say is from time to time my sense of humor does get out the box, but that's what keeps me calm. But when it comes to the job, I am on point every day, straight at the job, no messing. This is how it works. Outside of the job, I have a bloody good time. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love. The money will follow. See you all in the next one.